Today, we'll be reviewing a show called King and the Sting. This was a suggestion from Jonathan Ryan back in 2019. We have both listened separately. We have not discussed it with each other beforehand. Let's get into it. This is actually a show that's now called The King, the Sting, and the Wing.
Yeah, it's very clever.
Theo Von, Brendan Schaub, and Chris D'Elia. How's that for a lineup? Wow.
And I have to say, you mentioned that I hate Brendan Schaub, but he might be a brilliant marketer, because if his idea was, I don't want to be the blithering, unfunny moron on this podcast anymore, who do I bring in? He found the perfect answer.
Well, I was trying to figure out who I hated more, and I know people like Theo Von, and I'm not saying that it's easy to be Brendan Schaub's co-host by any means. It's obviously very, very difficult, but this show is so bad. It starts off, the latest episode that just came out yesterday it's like March is their birthday month. These are adult men. Middle-aged men. And it's like they're celebrating their fucking birthdays. And the way they're doing it is by putting on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle outfits.
Wait, they do that again in the late? I listened to the last two episodes. Is this a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle podcast? Because they talk about it every fucking episode.
Do they really? I thought this was like a one-off thing they were doing.
I have like 3 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle clips.
Holy shit. All right. So let's just check this out, because the way this starts off is Brendan obviously has a joke that he wants to tell. So he doesn't roll with the conversation at all. And then Theo Von does the exact same thing right back to him.
What's up, man? It's Turtle Day, dog.
Is
no
it?
One else,
No.
You don't be a thick ass fucking Donatello?
No.
Be a big
I got
thick
funny
Donatello.
glasses, man. You don't. Are those have lenses in them?
Yeah, they have lenses in them.
Oh,
He can.
Do yours?
You know what? I do know Kung Fu after putting these on. Yeah.
Dude.
Do I look like a turtle?
Huh?
Do I look like a Ninja Turtle?
Bro, you look like Home Alone Depot Ninja Turtle.
I'll take it. Like. You guys know what I'm going for here.
What does that mean, Home Alone Depot Ninja Turtle?
Home Alone. I'm trying to break it down. It might be over our heads because it's so many jokes wrapped into one, I think.
Dude, this entire show is nothing but nonstop swings and misses. It's rapid fire disasters all over the place. They're all trying to outdo each other, and none of them seem to have any wit at all.
And they're constantly talking over each other. Like I do like podcasts like that. Like I know on Legion of Skanks, they talk over each other a lot. But the key difference is they're funny guys. This is just utter idiocy being piled on top of itself.
Yeah, do you have an example of that, Mike, that we should get into?
I guess let's start, since you mentioned the Teenage Ninja Turtles, I guess we have to start with number 11, I think, because Chris really gets into it. And this is a long story that essentially spans 3 clips.
Okay.
Ninja, go Ninja, go
Corey
Ninja,
Feldman.
go Ninja,
I understand,
go.
and I saw all those, but let me tell you something, dude.
Mm-hmm. Talking about the Lost Boys.
And you can fact check this, okay?
I'll destroy your damn movies, but go.
What'd you say?
No, go ahead. Tom.
Okay. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I was a huge fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Who's your favorite?
Really?
Bro.
Michelangelo?
Yes. And Raphael was my favorite.
He's the leader.
Raphael.
No, he wasn't. Leonardo was the leader. Splinter was the leader, technically. Leonardo was the leader.
But Leonardo was the blue one?
Leonardo was the blue one.
And then Raphael had the
Had the
attitude.
size.
And Raphael had the swords.
No. Leonardo had the swords. Donatello had the staff. Donatello was the fucking intellectual one.
Michelangelo had the nunchucks.
Hey, I already know this.
Well, you sound like you don't.
No.
It sounds like we're figuring this out together.
I do know. Leonardo
Bring
was
that
the
shit up.
I'll break it. I know. You want to hear from a guy who knows?
I
or you
know.
want to hear
I
from
don't
a guy
even
who doesn't
care,
know?
and I know.
Okay.
So these are 40-year-old fathers arguing about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is what Chris D'Elia finds to be an amazing fact. And also, it proves that he's like a liar, because he keeps saying fact check this and didn't think anyone would actually fact check it, and he's just wrong.
Okay. Now, when the movie came out, guess what? The movie came out on my birthday. It came out in March on my birthday. So I look at the screen, I see the TV, it wasn't online. You'd have to see it on the thing. I was like, whoa, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie's coming out on my birthday. Ma, I want to party at the theater for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1.
Lit.
So we fucking did it, okay? Then a year goes by, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 comes out on my fucking birthday.
You're lying about it.
I'm not lying. That's why I said fact check it. So I say, Mom, what did we do last year? Or 2 years ago, whatever it was.
Fire it up.
I said, we're going to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and those bad boys in a half shell for my birthday again at the theater.
Those bad boys in a half shell?
So that was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, okay? Then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 comes out
jump.
on my fucking birthday. I'm not lying, dude.
Possible.
And then I say,
on
well, at that
Fridays.
point I was too old and I didn't go
you'll listen.
But also, part 3 sucks.
But how about that, dude?
Wow.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was for me, bro.
Turtles
so when you
in a
talk to me
half
about
shell.
Turtle Power, so when you turn to me and you say the brain guy, I correct that ass by saying Krang.
I give you
Okay,
that. I give you that.
I only do bumps with the right hand.
All right.
Krang.
Krang.
And Rat King was in there, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah,
knew
hell
it.
yeah. Casey Jones.
Bro, birthday, the trilogy Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle birthday, forget it.
Yeah, that is lit.
March 22nd, March 30th, and what was the other one? I don't know.
Yeah,
Did-
so
did you
not
have the toys
exactly
too?
your birthday,
Well,
so-
bro, I mean, they're not going to come out. They can come out on a Friday. Fridays are different every year.
yeah.
No shit.
You have the toys.
So he has a birthday month, is what he's trying to explain here. He's a
Carl,
dick.
sit back for a second. What if I told you all 3 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies came out in March?
No way. How's that possible? What are the
And that's when my birthday is.
So there's something from that clip that the next episode this carried over, and I have to
It was
play this
such
for
a
you
great segment.
because because they had to keep on the Ninja Turtle stuff, and Chris D'Elia is such an aficionado on Ninja Turtles. He's very proud of himself.
But you were saying Turtles in a Half Shell, and
Turtle
you fucked me
Power.
up. But it's not Turtles in a Half Shell. It's Heroes in a Half Shell. Turtle Power.
I think
Okay.
it's Turtles in a Half Shell.
Heroes
It's
in a half
Heroes
shell.
in a
Turtle
Half Shell.
Power.
Turtle Power. You wouldn't say Turtles in a Half Shell. Turtle Power because it's redundant. And why the fuck would these jingles be redundant?
Because they're
Heroes
kids
in a Half Shell. Turtle Power. That's how I do it.
Ooh,
right?
I like it. And I like it. And I like that. And
The
I like
main
your
thing to
knowledge
do-
on it.
Chris was the one saying it wrong.
Oh, he was the one saying it wrong, and the other one he's correct.
Chris was the one saying Turtles in a Half Shell.
All right, so this is what I'm guessing is happening here is that because these guys have careers and they're comedians and one of them used to be in the UFC, they think it's like ironic to be 46 years old and talking about the Ninja Turtles. And that's why it's funny, except for the
because
fact
they're
that,
tough guys that get chicks.
well, except for the fact that like every single adult now watches cartoons and plays video games. So it's not like ironic anymore. It would be ironic if they read books. Then I'd be like, well, who are these fucking guys? What?
Hey, you know what else we like? We're real nerds. Marvel movies.
Oh my gosh, dude, you gotta listen to this. On my birthday one year, one of the Marvel movies came out.
What?
On my birthday. I mean, it was the same week. It was close to my birthday.
It was like
It's my
6
half-
weeks later, but that's pretty weird still.
All right, so let's talk about birthdays and how excited everybody is about this.
Anybody do anything cool for the B Day? We all got B Days coming up, man.
Yeah,
What am
don't
I
know.
going to do?
I have that.
Yeah.
When's your,
birthday
wait, when
party.
is everybody's though? When is yours?
Mine's on the 18th. Theo's on the 19th. I think Chris's is the
30th.
30th.
So yours already happened. What'd you do, Eric?
What did I do?
Who fucking cares?
At least Eric Griffin's like, I don't know, man. Who gives
Yeah.
a fuck?
Eric Griffin tries to play along, and he's outnumbered, so he has to play along to some degree. But these guys have no point. They're talking about their birthdays because their show has no point. I've never once brought up my birthday on this show because we have a format. We have shit to talk about. There's a point to our show. This show is like every other fucking YouTube show. There's no point to it, and there's a million people working on it. They show the production area where there's people milling around. There's people at computers. They're fact-checking things. None of it seems necessary to me.
I actually came on to promote my birthday. It's August 31st. So if the WATP fans could just jot that down in their calendars.
Why don't you come back on the show and tell us what you did?
Oh, it'll
Well,
be so exciting.
Yeah, we'll have you on. So they actually admit that birthdays are stupid.
Does anybody have an issue with their birthday? Like usually, I don't like my birthday.
Yeah.
Since I was a kid, I was always like, "Ah, come on."
No,
man."
you know when you become an older man, it's never important. You know, like even with your girl, your birthday becomes like her birthday.
Yes.
You know, like you might just want to be like, I don't want to do anything, and she's
Yeah.
like, but I have plans. We're gonna go there and there, and you're just kind of like, is this my birthday, bitch?
Yeah, I'm not trying to
Whose
do
birthday
this, bitch.
is
Yeah,
this?
I don't even like bowling.
Right.
Whose birthday is it? Whose birthday
Whose
is it?
birthday? Whose birthday?
Boy, Brendan's so deep too. I like the idea of him as a kid, like, oh, I'm plagued with another birthday.
Oh, it's all bullshit. It's all made up. He was telling a story. I didn't pull clips of this, but he was telling a story about how he's sitting on this chick in kindergarten and he had a booger on his nose. And he's like, so I finally look over. I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, none of this happened. And you wouldn't
All their
remember-
stories are. I have a perfect example of a bullshit story. If you want to play number 6,
Okay, before I play that though, I just want to point out these guys are talking about how they don't like birthdays while celebrating their birthdays on their show. They're throwing themselves a birthday party. You can't have it both ways. Birthdays are dumb. Yeah, I know. Did you see these balloons that we got? Pretty fucking sweet. The cake on the table. All right. Well, play your sex there.
So we're roughhousing, okay? And then now it's starting to sound like a fucking German thing, roughhousing.
This is about him and his brother.
So I stand up and I mean, we were really young, and I went to go take my penis out to fucking pretend to piss on him. And I said, I'm gonna pee in your mouth, dude.
Oh, this
and he
gets
goes
weird.
like this, and he goes like this. No. And you know, like when you do a pump fake when you're gonna punch someone to get him to flinch.
You did that with your wiener.
I did that with my piss, but I was too young enough to realize if I pump fake with the piss isn't going to come back.
No.
Yeah.
So I let it fly, and he goes, no. And it goes, no, right in his mouth. And he goes, ow. And he ran downstairs to my mom.
Sure.
And I knew I was going to get so much trouble. So I literally thought in my head, I was like, Chris, now's the time. Just be more believable than Matt. And he ran down to the fucking kitchen. He said, Mom, Chris pissed in my mouth. And I fucking very confidently said, no, I didn't. That's fucking ridiculous. And my mom
Believed you.
says, Matthew, don't make up lies like that.
Dude, I remember in school one
I
time.
don't know if I'm
Koresh.
impressed with you or disappointed in your mom.
Some kid fought me at school.
If you need Patreon content, Carl, I'd like to stick around for an extra hour and just break down that clip, if you don't mind, because
Seriously?
it defies the laws of physics. First of all,
Well, also,
the idea that he whipped piss into his brother's mouth.
let's pretend that that's not a bullshit made up story. Does that make it interesting? Because it doesn't.
No, and again, going back to the fact that they're 40-year-old men, he thinks it's cool that he lied to his mom. I told my mom I didn't do that, and she
And then
was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. Wow. What a great anecdote. What an amazing anecdote. And these guys give each other a little bit too much. They all crack up just a little bit too much at each other.
For sure.
And the ball busting is nonsensical at best. This is when, so the episode from yesterday starts off. Chris D'Elia is not there for the first 7 minutes because he's taking a shit.
Okay.
And he finally comes in, and Brendan's quick with some great jokes here about his sweatshirt.
All right.
We've gone through
My
all the
stomach is
submissions.
killing me,
Welcome.
dude.
What did you eat?
What'd you eat?
A fucking half a bagel.
Do you think it's all the coffee you're drinking, or do you think it's the neck on your sweater that's bothering you?
No, dude, why? You're saying.
This Judaic snacking, bro.
Oh, are you
Judaic
Russell
snacking.
Wilson? Why are you wearing a turtleneck like that?
This isn't a turtleneck.
That's a
dude.
mock turtleneck.
It's a little bit of a mock. It's a little bit less than a mock, and it's not a turtleneck because it's not tight. It's nice. It's nice and loose.
It's
dude.
baggy.
Yeah, it's good. It's the new shit, man.
Okay.
You know me.
I don't think it is.
I
I
don't
think a
think
lot
it
of
is.
stepmoms wear it.
Well, dude, maybe they do, but
A
also
lot of stepmoms whose arms are getting chubby wear that.
But I wouldn't be
You have
shitty
the
with
fat
I wouldn't be
triceps?
shitty about stepmoms. You know what I mean? Because stepmoms are out there doing what they got to do.
No one
And
wants that
also-
job, though.
Everyone pretend podcasting isn't boring.
Mike, did you know that his sweatshirt's stupid because stepmoms wear that same style of sweatshirt?
Oh, he's
No.
such a rascal.
Pretty good joke. Here's another example of some pretty good ball busting that's going
You
on.
look like
Chunky peanut butter.
you look like you won a molested contest in a in a solitary confinement, dude. Look at this. This is unbelievable.
He just said, you look like you won a molested contest in solitary confinement. The bong hit transplant Tom Myers joke makes more sense than what he just said. Like, what is he even going for there? I have no idea what he's
Well,
even
it's not
going
fair to
for.
compare it to a great joke like bong hit transplant, but I see what you're going for.
He is the king. Tom Myers is the king after all. All right, let's get back into story time.
Okay.
And so Brendan wants to tell this story about this girl named Kathy. And because these guys are in riff mode, everything has to be a joke. All he says is, I knew a girl named Kathy when I was in kindergarten. And
That's right for
immediately it's fucking bring the funny time.
But to go back to your child's story, I had the biggest crush on this girl, Kathy. Her middle name was Lee. I forget her name.
Kathy was a child's name?
Yeah, child's name. She had
You
overalls.
had to grow
all the
into
time.
that name, huh?
Yeah.
You gotta grow into that name.
You gotta grow into it. Yeah, her name was
They were
Kathy.
banking on her being a cool adult. They were banking
You
on
call
her
her
being a cool adult.
Catherine if you want. I don't give a fuck. We called her Kathy, man. And I had the biggest.
Nobody called her Kathy if she was 7 or 8.
Yeah,
It's
we
like
did, dude.
Bertha. It's like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
No, Kathy was a good name.
You guys are held up.
oh, she was Asian. I get it.
No, she's a white girl.
No, dude, you gotta
You
be
guys are
Asian
hel-
if you're a kid named
You guys
Kathy.
are held
Yeah,
up
or
on
Joy.
that.
Yeah, a Joy Grace.
Joy is the most popular
Joy
Asian
Grace
name.
Kathy.
You
That's
guys are
it.
held up on
Kim.
the name, and I like it, but let me carry on.
All right.
Even Brendan Schaub has to say, guys, great jokes, riffing on the name Kathy, but can I fucking tell my story, please? Or do you have to Kathy can't be a child's name?
The clips I've listened to with Eric Griffin makes me feel like Eric Griffin doesn't really exist. He's just me in that room saying, like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
Yeah, why are you guys all laughing about this? He's like, I knew Kathy's growing up. What are you guys talking about? You guys ever meet a Brian? What the fuck kind of name is that, Brian? Jesus. That guy must be an asshole, right? Like, what? What do you mean? What does that mean? There was a game they played on the show that I watched called Debate Club, and this came in from a listener.
No, let's get into the episode. How about that?
Oh, yeah. All right.
Oh, I forgot we were doing this.
This guy's got a debate club.
Yo, what up, Brendan, Chris, and Theo? It's Brandon from Omaha, Nebraska, and I got a debate club for you guys. Do you think there are more doors or wheels in the world? I know this is a pretty heavy debate on TikTok right now, but I need to know what you guys think.
Is it?
Gang, gang, buzz, buzz, soar.
It's a thing on
Gang.
TikTok. He said soar.
Doors or
Chris
wheels?
missed it because he's texting, but he said soar. So,
He said soar?
Yep. Say gang, gang, buzz, buzz,
Hell
soar.
yeah, dude.
I'm going to say doors because even on a car that has 4 wheels, there's also, 5 doors if you count the trunk.
Did you know about this thing that's going around? People debating if there's more wheels or doors in the world?
No.
You're not familiar with this hot debate that's going on?
It's scintillating, though. I'm mad that I've missed out.
Wow, they have a lot of fun with that.
Oh,
Because-
good God.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of fun talk can you have about how many doors there are in a car that has 4 wheels? And then they go to like airplanes and like, oh my gosh, well then airplanes have doors inside of them, but they also have wheels.
An
didn't think
airplane
about
have
the
2
car
wheels
doors.
and how many doors on
No,
it?
airplanes have more than 2 wheels, Theo.
no, they don't.
Well, I mean, what the fuck? Who are you flying with? Mighty Mouse?
Are you on like one of those dust buster things? You know what I mean? Like,
No, airplanes have a lot of wheels.
They got like those big.
One
thick
in the
wheels.
front, 2 on the wings, 1 in the back.
Oh,
Science.
y'all rich, bro.
I think.
I mean, not to get too much into the debate, but are they not counting the door that's in every room in America, like the second you walk in?
I see. I don't want to get into this debate with you. I'm not
I don't want to get in the weeds too much here, but
I don't want to
Jesus.
get into the weeds on this because nobody even brings up skateboards that have 0 doors and 4 wheels. So I'm not going to get into this with you, Mike.
All right,
Not
fair
gonna
enough.
do it. But the fact that Theo thought there were 2 wheels on an airplane, like a motorcycle airplane, is what he's
Yeah.
describing there.
Just really cool airplanes. You wear a leather jacket when you fly them.
Yeah, it's a Fozzie airplane. But did you know, Mike, that they have a Patreon? Now-
They do? Because they didn't
Yeah.
talk about it on the episodes that I listened to.
Unfortunately for us, we're only getting 2 episodes a month if we're not subscribing to their Patreon.
Welcome to a very special time for announcements.
King, the Sting, and the Wing. We're hitting Patreon, son.
What are we doing? 2 on Patreon and 2 free on YouTube?
That's right.
So that's the deal from now on.
Yeah.
It's called the Takeover.
Yep. So every other week will be Patreon. Every other week will be YouTube.
And why are we doing it, guys?
To control our shit a little bit more, we're going to be on Patreon. There's going to be no ads on there.
Yeah, because the ads, sometimes the truth is the ads kind of they just, I don't know, they get upset if you don't do certain stuff. Some of it you just I don't want to deal with.
Yeah, we get it.
This is us fighting back. You're getting Chris D'Elia, Theo Von, and myself, King, the Sting, and the Wing. Buzz, buzz, gang, gang.
Soar.
I hate that Chris D'Elia has inserted himself in like the cancel culture debate. It's like, dude, you might be a pedophile.
Yeah, I know.
Not cancel culture.
I don't know how he was able to make his comeback, and we're still debating whether Louis C.K. could do comedy at a comedy club. or
I
not.
know.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
Actually, I do have an example of how much Chris really agrees with consent.
Oh,
I
great.
believe that's clip 16.
All right.
If I go on a date with a girl, like I'm not having any expectation.
Oh, pause 1 second. I'm sorry.
We don't have
That's Chet Hanks talking.
Oh,
And
great.
the only room in America that makes Chet Hanks look like a brilliant mind.
if I go on a date with a girl, like I'm not having any expectation.
You're cool with
if we
whatever.
have sex. If we don't have
Yep.
sex, it's cool. You know what I mean? Like I'm not about like forcing anything.
How long
Just
have you
about,
been with your girl now?
Like over 6 months.
Okay, that's pretty. I mean, it's long.
No, that's
6 months.
But that's the
fresh.
way you have to be. You have to be on a date, not just kind of like chilling and seeing how it's going. You have to be like that.
Well,
because
I think it's all about your own personal expectations anyway, what you're looking for. So if you're 20 and you're like, oh, I actually am looking for something serious, then maybe you don't sleep with the person on the first date because you're trying to get to know. But if your thing is like, but if your thing is like, all right, I'm just winging, I'm just trying to have fun, then go have fun. But like, don't put your expectations on somebody without telling them.
Yes, dude, that's so good. Dude, you made it so real. You made it so real. This is a comedy podcast. You made it so real, but it's also such a good point, dude.
This is why I'm here.
I know we're supposed to be joking. We're supposed to be having a good time. We're supposed to be joking, but you made it real. But what you did was you nailed it with the realness. So I'm all with it, man.
But I also feel like Eric's the guy when the girl goes over to kiss him, he's like, whoa.
Oh, no.
Did it feel like Chris was overcompensating for anything there a little bit?
That's exactly what I was thinking there too. He had to make sure that he's totally on board with.
Yes, ask the girl's permission, even if she is 15.
I mean, if you ask, can I come on your face 3 or 4 times in a row? The answer might be no. She might actually mean no when you have to ask that over and over again. And I love that Chris D'Elia says this is a comedy show. Chris has never said anything funny. I remember reviewing his podcast years ago. Yeah. And the thing with Chris D'Elia is that he talks about things that are funny, but it's never funny. His big thing was just like, Family Guy, dude, Family Guy, dude, Family Guy. So funny, dude.
Fucking, and then he'll go, fucking Family Guy? Family Guy?
Oh my God, he's the opposite of funny. Okay, let's get back to this Patreon promo that happened in the middle of this episode.
Ah, yes.
Because I went to their Patreon. They hide their numbers. Okay. What's the matter, guys? You embarrassed? Not a lot of people want to pay for this horse shit. Although you would think they'd have a lot of members. This video has like 250,000 views already. It just came out yesterday. So you would think that there'd be people on there. But anyway, I want you to know, Mike, what you're going to get. If you sign up for their Patreon, here are some of the jokes that you will get for this.
Oh, good.
The chains are off.
I know the chains are off.
Patreon.
Oh,
I'll
definitely,
take my
dude.
pants off right now.
Oh, I'll write the N-word on this piece of paper on my lap.
We want to keep it nice, keep it woke, keep it very even and equal.
He looks like Salvador Dali and also a chick that would bang Salvador Dali.
Oh, no. You know how gangster it is to go to therapy and get nowhere? That's gangster, dude.
He looks like Edgar Allan Capone, dude.
This guy clearly went to Woodstock.
He's a fucking Easter rabbit, dude, with no candy. That's what he is.
Patreon is honestly, really all it is an intervention for Brendan.
If that's your first angle, you got Voldemort's protractor in your pocket, dog.
I took a painkiller in my life. Never would. Give me the pain.
Sniff him with that fucking beak.
You don't think I did locally made test 200 freaking 6 months?
I gotta
boys will be boys.
Why don't you tell him, Brendan?
And I love
cavalcade of nothing.
They love that they're pretending that they're on Patreon because, well, we can't get censored on Patreon. Patreon has famously censored people.
That's true too.
That's not a place that you go to. It's like, well, now I'm going to just throw out the N-word over and over again. That's not going to fly on Patreon, buddy. It's not going to work for you.
No, we use the N-word all the time on patreon.com/blindmike, but I get what you're saying, Carl.
Okay, maybe you get away with it. But it's not like they're saying anything. They're not saying anything that YouTube would give a shit about. They're not controversial people. They're talking about their birthday, for Christ's sake. They get on there, they're like, what do you do for your birthday this month? I don't know.
YouTube's like, we need this Ninja Turtles stuff out of here. It's too dangerous.
It's not a controversial thing. And then later on, they hand out birthday gifts to each other.
Oh, God.
This is fucking stupid. Brendan's such an idiot. He got gifts for his 2 co-hosts. Now, these guys are pretty wealthy. They're pretty famous. They're middle-aged. So if you're going to get a gift for someone, like maybe make it a gag gift, maybe make it fun, especially if you're going to give it to them on a show, maybe make it content.
Chris, do you buy your own gift on your birthday? Because I do. I told my girl, I went, oh, you got me these new kicks I wanted. Thank you.
What a story, Mark.
Oh, sorry. That was the wrong clip, but still fun. Okay. This is him. This is him giving out gifts.
This is for Theo. That's for Chris.
What is it?
This is $100 to Starbucks.
Well, let me look. Wow. It's the worst gift giving ever.
Well, no, we're grown men.
Thank you very
much. There's no surprise.
So Brendan's just retarded. And listen, I know there's a ton of people on the internet who hate Brendan Schaub. I know that there's an entire subreddit that goofs on him, but there still aren't enough people who hate Brendan Schaub. Why doesn't everyone hate Brendan Schaub? The guy sucks.
It's funny you say that too, because my goal was to shit on Brendan Schaub, but I came out of this hating Chris D'Elia so much more. Like he's just a fucking jackass.
More? You hate Chris D'Elia more?
I hate Chris D'Elia way more than Brendan Schaub now. Because I've always given Brendan Schaub the benefit of the doubt of, well, he's a fighter. He's taking blows to the head. Chris D'Elia left his house one day and said, I'm going to be a comedian. Joe Rogan convinced Brendan Schaub to become a comedian for some reason.
That's a good point. That's a good point. All right. Do you have some examples of why I should hate Chris D'Elia more than Brendan Schaub?
Well, 13, I feel like we got to get this last Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles story out of the way. It's been bugging me.
Oh, okay.
But let me fucking blow your mind.
I'm not going to be shocked.
Name of the
blow your
episode is called
fucking
Turtle
mind.
Power, by the way.
And you can fact check this, okay? The guy who created the jingle for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is the guy who created 2.5 Men.
Wow. So he's balling.
That's not that shocking. No, that's not a wow, is
That's
it?
Yes, it is,
That
dude.
guy's, that guy's crushing.
That guy's crushing, bro.
Chuck Lorre?
Chuck Lorre. Chuck
These
Lorre
turtle
made
boys
it.
don't cut them no slack.
He made the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles jingle, dude.
They had that van.
How crazy is that? That's crazy. Come on, bro.
Have you seen the new one?
I don't know if it's that crazy.
I mean,
He's successful in fucking TV and jingles?
dude, that jingle is fire.
That jingle is banging, dude. They should make a rap song with it. Lil Brow should do it.
Didn't
I like that he thinks TV. I like that he thinks TV jingles and television are completely separate industries.
Well, also, Charlie Sheen's character on 2.5 Men is a jingle writer. That's his profession on 2.5 Men. So it's not like this guy's like, what do I write about? Huh? Oh, maybe the thing that I do. I'll make that the thing that he does.
We might have to shut the podcast down because I'm probably going to blow your mind here. You know, Alan Thicke wrote the Different Strokes theme song.
I did know that.
I don't want to get too edgy here, but
did you know that his son put a smoking hot babe in a music video and I can't watch it enough? You might not know that. All right. This is just an example of Chris is all over the place. The guy is ADHD, and I have a feeling there's some cocaine going on here, right? And I'm just alleging that. I don't know that to be true. You know, I'm just saying stuff because I'm a shock jock on the internet.
Sure.
But this is kind of like what it feels like to be hanging out with cokeheads who don't share coke.
True.
That's
I
your
like a
birthday
coffee shop.
celebration.
My stomach is so fucked up, honestly, because I've been drinking coffee. How about this set, dude? Look at this set. I like it. I just realized it.
You see the wing
What?
behind you?
I know, it's fucking awesome, dude. I don't care. I don't care about my birthday. No. What am I fucking, you know what I mean?
But
honestly, this would be fine if I was also high on coke. I'd be like, all right, yeah, I'll roll with this, whatever. This set's amazing, dude. Whoa, check it out. Yeah.
we can't escape the birthday talk either.
No, this is all they care about for some reason is the birthdays that are going on.
Well, if I can, you know, because you're right, I'm not shitting on Brendan Schaub enough. But if you could play clip 17, I just find this to be interesting. I think it might be a little hypocritical from our pal Brendan Schaub.
First thing, what's hotter?
No,
T.I.'s a stand-up or Chang Smith's rap?
Smith,
You know what I mean?
abilities. You know, T.I. was at the Laugh Factory the other night, and someone sent me a note. Goes, the only
That's
person
like
laughing
C.
was his
Hanks.
bodyguard.
So Brendan Schaub's like, guys, can you believe this famous guy who's famous for something that's not stand-up was being unfunny on a stage?
What is wrong? They have no self-awareness.
How do you not realize
The thing that they're
how
known
fucking
for,
retarded you sound?
they're making fun of other people for. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Has Brendan Schaub never read the internet? I know that he has. He's suing people actively. What the fuck?
You know who I hate, Carl, is blind guys. They're always reading so fucking close to the screen. It's just annoying.
They always have fucking bumps on every sign for these assholes.
What's the deal with that? I mean,
What's the
really.
deal with you people? Wouldn't it be funny if I just literally started piling on blind people, like not understanding where you were going with that? Yeah, no, I actually do fucking hate blind people, Mike. You're right. It's
Oh,
fucking
and their canes. Just stay inside.
and these fucking dogs. They're the worst. All right, let's get into a couple more of these hilarious ball busting jokes that they dish out at each other.
Bro, he's dressed like Starbucks today.
Yeah, he
he's
is.
dressed like one of the cups.
It's the March
Hey,
17th, man.
Yeah,
No,
this dude's
just go
St.
like
Patty's.
this. Do me a favor and go like this. Rick, like you're calling out a name.
Oh no, say Brandon. No, mess my name up and say Brandon. It drives me fucking nuts.
Oat milk latte with extra
Rick.
foam.
There you go.
Let's go.
you could tell if you watch that clip that Eric did not want to play along at first. He goes, "What do you mean I look like a Starbucks? That's retarded. What do you mean?" And then they're like, no, go with it. Yell Rick, which is hilarious. And so he's like, all right, fine. I'll fucking play along with you.
And you could tell Brendan wasn't just like mildly annoyed. He gets really pissed if someone calls him Brandon, it seems.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was his first go-to. Like, yeah, say fucking Brandon. Try it. What happened to you?
Dare you?
I dare you to do it. All right, here's another hilarious joke.
Yeah, Blindy.
Brendan looks like he got molested by a crayon. Brendan ain't doing too well over here, bro.
He looks like he got molested by a crayon. Notice how I said that, crayon?
Yeah.
2 syllables, I've learned. Did you know that crayon is 2 syllables?
I say
Mike?
crayon, I think.
I do too.
Yeah.
I did, not anymore. I've learned the error of my ways.
It's crayon. Don't let them bully you, Carl.
Oh, I let them bully me. I unlike fucking Brendan Schaub, I read the internet. I know what's going on. I'm actively reading it right now. Unfortunately,
the thing is, I think Brendan Schaub, all these guys, I guess, could be more lovable buffoons if they had like I guess Theo's kind of supposed to be the straight man, but there's really no one to point out their idiocy. And they're not aware of it themselves. Like they'll say, like, "Oh, I'm a dumb guy," but they don't believe it. And I think that's the core issue with them.
And that's funny you say that because I put a note down for myself that this show lacks quality control. There's no one who's like feeding them notes afterwards and saying, like, "Hey guys, this isn't working out well. It's not good." This is when they recognize that the episode that they're doing sucks. Like they recognize it. 20 minutes in, they're looking around and going, "Oh, you know what? This actually is not good."
This
It's what you're doing right now.
is a travesty.
Okay.
The fucking
Do you think
Well,
your
you were
stu-
shitting.
Do you think
for
your
45
stomach
minutes.
messed
I
it
didn't
up?
even know you were starting, dude.
We were supposed to start in
I'll tell
I
you
wasn't
this,
It's
necessarily
better than the
shitting.
new
I was in the bathroom.
Batman.
I'm not saying what I
That's
was
for
doing.
sure.
I told you
It's
not to
better
say
than
that.
the new
I told you,
Batman.
You're such
That's
a
for
fucking
damn
hater.
sure.
Such a hater.
Theo Von thinks that what they're doing is better than the new Batman movie. He just said that twice in a row to make sure everyone would hear him. I haven't seen the new Batman movie. I can guarantee the new Batman movie is better than this show.
There's a lot of two big problems with this podcast. A, there's a lot of them repeating a joke to make sure that you heard it.
Yep.
Like over and over again. They'll say, like, actually, if you play clip 15, it's a quick one of Chris doing exactly that.
I'm a little bit upset that every time I try to say "I know," somebody talks over it, and there I just got it out. Anyway, go ahead.
So like 50 times he's saying "I know." Like remember when Kumia when they would talk about Australian people, him and Patrice would keep doing that.
Sure, yeah.
Chris D'Elia did it in the background like 45 times. We all heard it. But he was desperate to get it out. So it's them trampling each other with these awful jokes that they're worried the laughter hasn't come because you probably haven't heard it.
Mike, you're a radio guy, so you probably understand this better than most. I went and did this show called The Brother Weeze Show many, many moons ago. Right. And there was a big sign in the studio that said, "One person talk at a time." Seems like an obvious thing, but when you bring guests on, you have to tell them that. Why do these guys not know that?
Right, and like I said, if there's funny banter, you can certainly talk over each other. Like I don't think it needs to be a hard and fast.
I don't think that's true. No, Mike, no.
I stopped. I let you go. Go ahead, Carl.
What a pro! It's so fucking obnoxious. I hate it.
But that's just the thing is they're not interjecting with anything relevant to the conversation. It's "I want to be heard" is all they're yelling basically.
Well, it's also one of these high energy shows where I think that the people who are watching this, and I was reading through some of the comments on YouTube, people are enjoying it. They're like, "Oh my God, the fact that Chris puts that mask on and then takes it off, then puts it back on again, that's awesome." I'm like,
I think they appeal to mongoloids essentially. Like
these people are brain dead.
I mean, I got to give them credit because they the episode one of the episodes that I watched had like 500,000 views, so they're doing something right, I guess. But I just don't understand it.
I don't understand it. I can't understand it. I won't understand it. I refuse to understand it. Not only is Brendan bad at jokes, He's also bad at conversation.
Chris,
But anyway, you guys
skipped
also look like
you-
shit.
You look like pure shit, dude.
Well, the
Are
reason
you doing anything for your B-Day?
No,
Do you get sad on your B-Day like me?
no.
Brendan, give him
You
one
get
question
sad
at a time.
Yeah,
Like he's asking questions and he doesn't care what the answer is because he's not even giving him a chance to answer it. And it's still more B-Day.
It's
question.
I mean, I wasn't going to say it this time, but it's unreal.
It's ridiculous. They have nothing. They have nothing to talk about. They get together weekly with just a blank slate, just a clean slate. What are we going to talk about today? There used to be a time, Mike, when people, especially comedians, they would live their lives and there'd be enough interesting shit that piled up that they could go and make an appearance on a show and have interesting stories and anecdotes and maybe a cool angle on something. Now people are broadcasting more often than they're living their lives outside of that. So there's nothing to talk about.
Right.
They've got, it's too much. They're overexposed. These people are overexposed. It's too much.
Well, especially Brendan. I mean, I think they all have multiple podcasts. Like
Yes.
Brendan has at least 2 Patreons, right? The Fighter and the Kid and this. Dalia has his podcast and this. Like, how much do we need to hear from these guys? Although I will say it's a very interesting angle. I've never heard anyone promote a Patreon by saying, hey, this weekly podcast that you guys love so much, what if we gave it to you 2 less times a month?
Wouldn't that be great? And then you could pay for it if you wanted to watch it weekly. But we'll
People are
pretend,
like, no, please
if
put
we
it
wanna-
behind the paywall. God, we'll pay you.
we'll pretend it's because we want to say the N word because we're so edgy and cool.
Right.
I just have a couple more clips on here that I want to play. This is, I guess there's a running gag that Chris D'Elia thinks he's hot.
Oh, yeah.
And they bust his balls about it or something.
I'll give you the X Factor, but if you weren't funny,
yeah, bro. Oh,
hey,
dude.
Hey, if you weren't funny, you're 4.
No, dude, that is okay, man. That is,
Dude, he's right, bro. You look like you don't have any blood in your body.
yeah. By the way, I don't, dude. But bullshit. It's not just humor, dude. I've got charisma. I've got
It's charisma.
I've got charisma. What's the other one?
I don't know.
I don't
You
know.
tell
You
us.
tell us.
We're trying to find out.
We're all spitballing
List
here.
this shit off, dude.
I
We're
got
trying
it.
to figure out.
Charm. I knew it was like charisma
Okay.
and charm, and those are
God.
different, dude. And I've got those.
So Brendan Schaub says that if he weren't funny, he'd be a 4. Well, he's not funny.
He's a 4, yeah.
So we can figure this out pretty quickly. We can do the math on this. What would happen if he wasn't funny? He's not. Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Chris could take the just out of that sentence. He goes, it's not just humor that gets me laid. It's like, yeah,
Right.
no, we know. It's
Not
definitely
humor.
not.
It's not humor at all.
He must be a good-looking guy.
Or is it that his style of comedy, because we've already described what it is, he says things weird and he says them over and over and he sings them and he says things loudly. Is that a style of comedy that only 13 to 17-year-old girls enjoy?
I really listen to what I'm saying. He's an unfunny version of Dane Cook. Like, genuinely, that's what Chris D'Elia is.
Wow. That's brutal.
Well, we've done it all today.
Yeah, wow, that's rough right there. Holy shit.
Who are these podcasts?